That's fine. And then, and if you want to wear gloves, you can wear gloves. It does dry your hands up quite a bit afterwards. Kind of good, dry hands gives you a chill sometimes afterwards, but whatever, it is what it is. All right, so you're gonna grab a bag. These are 25-pound bags, so they weigh a lot, right? You kind of hold it like a 25-pound baby, like so. And you want to use cold water. There's water in here, and it's filled about halfway. There's a number 4 or 4.5. Do not fill it any more than that. This volume will probably take 2 of these. It's just me guesstimating, and that's probably going to be a full bag of plaster. So what I'm doing now is I'm just pouring the plaster into the water. I'm not pouring too quickly. I'm not pouring too slowly, and you can see this nice. Breathe it in. Breathe it in.
It looks like either smoke from a fire or you're cooking.
I don't know why I do this, because at the end of class I'm always like, oh, my throat. But I just can't stand talking over a mask. I did that too long.
Who needs a fog machine? You got this.
So what you want to happen here, and you can see like I'm squeezing this, so it consistently comes out. But what's happening here is the dry powder is filling at the bottom, and as it rises, it's rising the water. And once the sediment or the powder meets the level of the water, that's when you know you have a perfect mixture. There isn't, I mean, there is something on here that says like 1 part water, 2 parts this, or vice versa. It just doesn't work out that way. A perfect mixture is when the sediment meets the plane of the water. How do you know that happens? It starts to form an island, like a volcano island, right? We study earth science, and I think it's called a plume volcano. Anybody take earth science?
I forgot what it is, but I know what it is.
Well, so
Adventure Time.
when I'm pouring this in, I'm gonna start to slow down in a second, but because I think I had about 4.5, 4 or 4.5, there's a number here. So probably around here is where it's going to start to, that island's gonna start to form. And if you could just put the camera in there. The island's starting to form now. Thank you.
Imagine if you dropped the phone.
And I'll bring this around just so you guys can kind of see it real quickly. The island's starting to form, and sometimes I'll flick the island around just to kind of let it absorb, and I can start to see the sediment at the top now. Do not put your hand in here before the mixture is done. Do not pre-mix, because otherwise you got to start all over again. You got to dump it out and start all over again. Because and right now it's almost there. I'm just adding a little bit more around the sides because a lot of it built up in the middle, so I'm trying to even it around on the sides. What's that?
You're adding a lot of sugar to that cake.
You gotta follow the ingredients exact, or else you got a worse cake.
You gotta do the cookie method.
Flick, flick, flick.
Stop.
All right, let me see the camera right here. That's what we're looking for right there. That kind of stuff.
Lazy town.
All right, so if I move this, I'm gonna have you guys kind of walk up here. So why don't you guys do a little walkthrough, and I'm gonna point out. That's what I want to see. See the sediment?
Yeah.
Okay, you're good. See?
Looks like the tropical island by TT.
See that? That's what you're looking for. Come on, everybody has to see this.
I'm on YouTube.
That's what you're looking for?
It does kind of
Okay.
look like a island.
All right,
little
if you
submerged.
saw it, make sure you sit down so that the others can get in. That's what you're looking for, to see the sediment at the top. It takes a while to get there. I can still add a little bit more. I'm almost perfect, but that's the sediment at the top. That's the way you know where it met the plane of the water. Good?
It's okay.
And you're ready to go, so you're gonna see yours now. Good? Good? All right. I'm gonna add a little bit more. And once you're at this point, don't pour yet or don't jump in. If you want you should have my final approval, hopefully. And then once you do it once, you'll know how to do it again. If your mixture's too light, it's just gonna be like styrofoam weight. It's gonna be nothing, and it's just gonna dissipate. If it's too much, it's gonna be very dense and very hard to carve. If it's perfect, right where I think I'm perfect now, because now I'm starting to put some in, but it's not absorbing anymore. It's saying I'm done. All right. So now I'm gonna flip those little parts to the side, and I'm gonna hit the sides there, just so all the water absorbs it. And now I dive in. And I just kind of squeeze my hand around. And what I'm just trying to squeeze the chunks, because there's a few chunks in there. And how do you know you have a perfect mixture? You should have a white glove when you pull this off, just like so. It's a perfect mixture. Got that? And the reason why we have this bucket here of water is so we don't run our hand to the sink and drip all the plaster on the floor to rinse your hands off. So your hand, so you see that perfect white glove. Your hand's gonna go here, you rinse your hand off. That's what this water's for. And then after that, we're gonna pour. Now, if you need help pouring, because this is pretty heavy, right? If you need help pouring, just ask somebody or whatever you can do. And it's gonna splash out on you. Sorry, Kyle. I have to go to an opening tonight, damn it. I don't want to get too dirty. I did, actually. So you think it's real liquidy now. Now you can see if you didn't duct tape it well enough, you can see how easily this could leak out. It's almost like pouring water in. But in an hour, this will harden. Now, after this part, see how it's see in there? See how there's plaster there? I use my hand to get as much out as I possibly could. I'm gonna rinse this off. And then I'm gonna go to the sink, and and if you look at the sink, there's these two red things that are in the drainage pipe, right? It's to prevent plaster from clogging up the sink. So I'm gonna go to the sink, and I'm gonna rinse this out, and just get as much water as I possibly can. And then I'm gonna fill this back up to about right there, and you're gonna do this again. You might even be a little shy, and you'll have to do a little one, but you can use the smaller buckets for that. So keep it rolling. I'm gonna show you what I want this to look like. So the sink is over here, guys. Again, you want to use cold water whenever you're filling this up.
There's more.
Have you ever been a sign-up show that stopped moving?
It's not just sign up. It's Pokemon Concierge.
And you will fill it up again with water. Listen up. You will fill it up again with water here. I just want to keep this for the video. This is how clean I want it when you're done. I have students that try this. I've had students forget about it and leave the plaster in there. It drives me nuts. It drives me nuts because then I have to crack it all out, and then sometimes it doesn't even work. And I got to throw the bucket out. So we want to reuse these for years to come. It ruins the bucket. So that's basically it. So we're gonna fill this up again. Now, one more thing. You don't want to wait too long till you get the second batch in there, because this is curing right now. And so you want to get the second batch in there while that's still wet, so it kind of mixes itself in and becomes whole. If it dries and you put another batch in, it never connects. And sometimes when you're chiseling, it will just break off cleanly in that one spot. So you want to keep that going. Once it's here, another thing you should do, where's duct tape? Can I get a roll of duct tape? Just to be safe, I'm sure this is fine because we have duct tape going all the way around, but I just like to be foolproof. Sorry, the video's taking a little longer than I thought. I can't get the duct tape going.
It's fine. You just throw a joke in the middle and ask the class later what that joke was. That way you know that they watched it.
There you go. So just by doing something like this is going to prevent it from bowing out. And you can put it this way too. It's going to prevent it from bowing out. I mean, you have plenty of duct tape around, so that should do the job as well. But I'm just trying to be a little secure. All right.